What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one you've got to stick around for because we're diving deep into some absolutely explosive NFL news that has Cowboys fans and the entire football world buzzing. We're talking about none other than Anthony Richardson, yes, the dynamic, dual-threat quarterback out of the Indianapolis Colts potentially landing in Dallas. And there's word of a bomb contract that could be shaking things up in Big D. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's break this down from the top. First off, if you've been following the NFL this season, you know Anthony Richardson has been one of the most talked about young quarterbacks. Drafted in the first round back in 2023, Richardson came out with huge hype as a physically gifted athlete with a rocket arm and the kind of scrambling ability that makes defenses quake. People compared him to Lamar Jackson and other mobile QBs with sky-high ceilings, but as exciting as his tools are, the transition to the NFL has been rocky. His completion percentage was a glaring low in the early parts of this season, hovering around 47.7%, which is frankly a tough stat for any quarterback to carry. That led to a mid-season benching, replaced by veteran Joe Flacco, which sent shockwaves through Colts Nation. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite those struggles, Richardson's raw talent remains undeniable. His agent has been clear that Anthony isn't looking to be traded, that he's focused on competing and improving. The Colts, meanwhile, have been transparent about opening a quarterback competition this year between Richardson and Daniel Jones, who was signed to a hefty contract in the offseason and immediately named Week 1 starter. The Colts want to see who steps up and proves they're the future, which means Richardson's position is anything but guaranteed. Yet, insiders are telling us Richardson is still the presumptive starter for 2025. So the Colts are caught between nurturing their rookie phenom and hedging their bets with a reliable vet. Now, flip the coin to Dallas, and suddenly the whole narrative takes on a new dimension. The Cowboys, America's team, are in a peculiar spot. Dak Prescott, their longtime starting quarterback, has been a rock for them when healthy, but his injury history and inconsistent performances have raised eyebrows. After Trey Lance's unsuccessful attempt to take the reins, Dallas's QB depth chart looks thin. Backup Joe Milton and others haven't proven reliable options. With Prescott's contract set to expire after 2027, the Cowboys front office is surely thinking ahead, trying to balance immediate competitiveness with long-term planning. Enter Anthony Richardson, a young, athletic QB who still fits the mold of a high-upside gamble Dallas loves to take. The Cowboys aren't shy about going after young talent with enormous potential, and Richardson, despite his rookie hiccups, could be exactly that kind of project. The reported trade discussions suggest Dallas could acquire Richardson for something as modest as a 2026 third-round draft pick. Think about that for a moment, a third-round pick for a former top 5 draft pick who carries star potential. It's a relatively low-risk investment for a franchise desperate to find stability and maybe, just maybe, a future franchise quarterback. From a financial perspective, this move makes even more sense. Richardson's rookie contract carries a manageable cap hit for Dallas, roughly $9.2 million in 2025 and about $10.8 million in 2026. For a team with the Cowboys' resources and ambitions, absorbing that contract isn't a stretch. It's a cap-friendly way to secure a potential difference-maker. If Richardson fulfills even part of his promise, Dallas could avoid a massive, risky free agent signing down the road and instead groom a young QB on a controlled deal. Now, let's talk about what this means on the field. Richardson's style of play is electric. He's not your typical pocket passer, he's the kind of quarterback who extends plays with his legs, who can hurt defenses with his legs and his arm. That could open up exciting new possibilities for Dallas's offense, which has struggled to fully capitalize on Prescott's strengths and has lacked dynamic playmakers behind him at QB. Imagine the Cowboys installing more read option looks, designed rollouts, and plays that utilize Richardson's mobility. That could breathe new life into an offense hungry for a spark. But it's not all sunshine and roses. Richardson's accuracy issues have been well documented. His completion percentage in the NFL has been among the worst, and his decision-making needs refinement. Many analysts and fans have voiced concerns that his physical gifts might not translate into consistent NFL success. It's the classic boom or bust prospect. Some fans have even compared his accuracy struggles to Tim Tebow, which is not exactly the highest praise. Yet, others believe that if given the right coaching and system, Richardson could be a once-in-a-generation talent, the kind of player who changes the complexion of a franchise. Dallas, in this context, faces a big decision. Do they take the risk on Richardson as a developmental QB who could eventually succeed Prescott? Or do they stick with the status quo and hope Dak can continue to perform at a high level while the front office explores other avenues? The potential trade for Richardson suggests the Cowboys are at least exploring the gamble route, trying to find a quarterback with a different skill set and upside to build around. The reaction among Cowboys fans has been mixed. On social media, you'll find everything from cautious optimism to outright skepticism. Some fans are excited about Richardson's potential to electrify the offense and provide a new dimension to Dallas's game plan. Others worry about giving up draft capital for a player who hasn't yet proven he can thrive in the NFL spotlight. The fantasy football community, meanwhile, is intrigued by the possibility of Richardson's dual threat skills translating into fantasy points, especially if he secures a starting role. Looking at the bigger picture, if Dallas pulls off this deal, it could trigger a domino effect around the league. The Colts, forced to make a tough decision on a young QB they invested heavily in, might move on from Richardson in favor of Daniel Jones or other options. Other teams in need of quarterback help, like the Steelers, Rams, or Raiders, could start eyeing other young talents or even veterans on the trade market. Dallas positioning itself as a landing spot for promising quarterbacks could signal a shift in their long-term strategy from win now to build for the future. Of course, none of this is set in stone yet. As of now, the trade talks remain just rumors and speculative reports, but the buzz around Richardson and Dallas has never been louder. It's one of those stories that perfectly combines mystery, high stakes, and the eternal quest for the elusive franchise quarterback. Will Richardson be the next Dak Prescott? Will Dallas finally solve their quarterback puzzle by taking a chance on raw talent and upside? Or will this move backfire, leaving both teams searching again in the next draft or free agency? To break down the possibilities even further, consider a few scenarios. If Dallas acquires Richardson, they have options. They can keep him as a backup, allowing him to learn and develop behind Prescott, which buys time and reduces pressure. They can also rotate him into certain packages to leverage his running ability without exposing him to full-time starting QB responsibilities prematurely. And if Prescott were to suffer another injury or decline, Richardson could step in as a prepared, explosive playmaker. It's a versatile plan that offers the Cowboys flexibility. On the flip side, if Dallas passes on Richardson, they might continue to rely on Dak or pursue veteran options in free agency. That route comes with its own risks, as finding a capable, long-term QB on the open market has been notoriously difficult in recent years. The team might also try to draft a quarterback in upcoming drafts, but the pool of franchise-ready talent is unpredictable. Meanwhile, Richardson could end up with another team hungry to develop him, potentially becoming a divisional rival down the line. For fans wondering about Prescott's future, this situation adds even more intrigue. Prescott, who's been the Cowboys' cornerstone since 2016, has battled injuries but still remains a top-tier NFL quarterback when healthy. His contract situation means Dallas needs to start planning for what happens after 2027. Adding Richardson could be the first step in building that bridge, giving Dallas insurance and possibly a successor groomed internally rather than having to search externally. In terms of the bomb contract talk, it's important to clarify that Richardson's deal remains a rookie contract, but the potential trade and Dallas's salary cap flexibility mean the Cowboys could absorb his contract with little hassle. The bomb part of the news is more about the impact of the trade and what it represents strategically than a sudden, massive paycheck. That said, if Richardson's performance takes off, the Cowboys would have locked in a high-upside player on a team-friendly deal, which is a win in today's NFL economics. Overall, this situation embodies everything that makes NFL offseason and trade rumors so thrilling. You've got a talented but raw young quarterback, a storied franchise looking for stability, and a potential deal that could reshape futures. For Dallas Cowboys fans, this might be the shot in the arm the team needs to inject excitement and hope into the quarterback position. For Colts fans, it's a crossroads moment, balancing patience with progress and considering whether to cut ties with a first-round investment. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential Anthony Richardson move to Dallas? Are you bullish on Richardson becoming the next big thing in Cowboys lore, or are you skeptical about trading a third-round pick for a player who still has so much to prove? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm reading every single one and love the debate. Also, if you're enjoying this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more NFL news and analysis, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, everyone. This quarterback saga is far from over, and as soon as more news breaks, you know I'll be right here bringing you all the details. Until next time, stay hyped, stay tuned, and keep that Cowboys pride alive.